Hey, if you're like most people, you struggle greatly with how to navigate and manage your time, juggling all of the requirements of having a successful business life and personal life. Well, in this video, I am going to share with you a few of the principles that we have applied that have helped us here at Black Diamond Club to maximize and 10x our productivity. Hey there, my name is Sean Dill. I am the CEO and founder of the Black Diamond Club, and we've helped literally thousands of service-based entrepreneurs around the world to maximize their productivity with time. I mean, it is the single most precious resource that we can possess, and it is the number one complaint that I hear when working with clients. I totally hear what I need to do. I understand what I need to do, but I just don't have enough time. There are three main things that we have employed over the past year that have absolutely put our productivity on rocket fuel and taken us to a whole other level. And I am going to share with you what we have done to make ourselves hyper efficient and hyper effective in the business. Now, number one is understanding how to compartmentalize time. And what I mean by that is if you're juggling multiple businesses or multiple responsibilities, there's a time and a place for literally everything. So you need to look at your calendar first and outline what times or what places in your calendar you're going to allocate to certain activities. It's totally fine that you have personal time blocked off. A lot of people want to have date nights, or maybe you have time that you need to spend in the gym, or maybe you have time that you want to read. Well, these are, in my mind, are all compartments in your calendar. You're going to put them in a particular spot in your calendar. It doesn't mean that I've quite filled in the activity. Maybe sometimes I do cardio. Sometimes I want to do heavy lifting. Other times I want to do yoga. I could just allocate a compartment in my calendar for, say, physical wellness or physical fitness. But other times I have to allocate to actually servicing the clients. I have to put time in compartments in my calendar when I'm actually going to do the work. I also probably need compartments for administrative work. And if you're juggling multiple businesses, I compartmentalize by business. So there are times that I'm working on one business. There are times that I'm working on another business. Now, what that means is we have to be very strict about these compartments. That will prevent me from sitting down, say, to work on creation of an email campaign, for example, and all of a sudden end up checking the finances of one of my businesses. And because I see something that maybe alarms me, ending up then in QuickBooks, and then calling my CPA, and then somehow I end up checking an email or looking for an email that they sent. And in that email, I find out that there's an email about another business, and I'm completely derailed. So the idea here is to stay inside of your compartments. Now, we have a lot of this broken down for you in one of our free resources that we offer called Time Matters. And you can access that resource absolutely free. All you have to do is go to www.gethopetoday.com. We're going to put the link right here in the description of the video. Make sure that you check that out. We're going to make that resource to you absolutely free. It's an extensive training, much longer than this that we're offering you here today. We're going to teach you how to better manage your time and have you understand the ideas of compartmentalization and sprints. Now, number two, the second tip that we want to give you today is to understand the compounding effect of time. Now, everybody understands the compounding, the miracles of compounding interest, the marvels of compounding interest. And people talk about this all the time, the eighth wonder of the world. But time can be seen in a very same way, as can action. So our good friend Dave Meltzer talks about the compounding effect of action, how actually 20 minutes a day is better than 2 hours on Saturday. It was a great life lesson that he taught to me. But as I began to think about this, I extrapolated this into an understanding of the compounding effect of time. And first of all, you have to understand that I'm not talking about multitasking. In fact, I'm anti-multitasking because I just said, I feel like you should work inside of compartments. So I'm not advocating that in your compartment that you are trying to do multiple things, that you are checking email while you are writing emails, while you are developing a sales funnel, while you're recording social media content. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that oftentimes you can get a 2-for-1 or maybe even a 3-for-1 on the compounding effect of time. For example, maybe I would be speaking at a conference. And if I was speaking at a conference and that was a paid speaking event, obviously I would have prepared the content for the conference, and I would arrive, prepare myself, and then deliver the content. Now, if I was smart, as I looked at my time management, I might make sure that we had brought along our producer, James, because James would be able to capture the content. Now, I don't have to do double the work, and I'm not multitasking. I'm just going to capture this content as I deliver it from the stage, and then I'm going to repurpose the content, and I'm going to leverage that content on social media. So I might have a task to create social media content, but one of the things that I would do is leverage the compounding effect of time to get a 2-for-1, because if I'm going to speak, I want to capture the content. I can have that time serve dual purpose, which is not multitasking. Now, you might say, well, okay, but I'm not a speaker. Great, but you have to eat lunch, right? You may take appointments or meetings over lunch. That's a very simplified way to compound the effect of time. Again, I'm not multitasking. I have to eat lunch. So today, while I eat lunch, why not meet with a collaborative partner? Why not discuss ways that I might be able to refer or collaborate with a colleague of mine inside of a 1-hour compartment that I've designated as lunch? Now, maybe even through that, we might be able to not only just collaborate, we might be able to create a new business. We might be able to open doors for future relationships or new relationships that neither one of us had. The possibilities are endless. But what you have to do in order to really explore and find these compounding effects is you absolutely must be a student of your calendar, which is point number 3. Again, another shout out to David Meltzer. He coached me through this process to help me to understand. And over time, I've actually become quite meticulous about this. We live and die by our calendars. We track every single minute of our day. And I mean, even personal time. And I know a lot of you can be like, hey, that's just way overkill. But I'm not talking about like every minute of personal time, like I'm going to watch television for 47 minutes. But what I am saying is I designate compartments for personal time, compartments to goof off, compartments to think, compartments to eat, compartments to work out, compartments to have fun, etc. But of course, compartments to work. But here's what we do is every single week, the entire team that works with us here at Black Diamond Consulting, we sit down and we review both mine and Lacey's calendar day by day, hour by hour, looking for inefficiencies in areas where we may not be effective, making sure that we've accounted for things like drive time, that we have considered where we're going. Do you have directions? Do you have your confirmation number for your flights? Have reservations been taken care of? Because what we want to do is we want to avoid those little time vampires, those things that happen where all of a sudden we didn't think of this and now we're losing track of time. We're losing time and we're getting off schedule. So it's not like being absolutely ridiculous about it, but what it is being absolutely meticulous about it. Because if we're meticulous, we can be efficient. And what that actually does, I want you to understand, is high efficiencies with your time actually creates more time for you to have personally. So those of you that are complaining that you can't go to the gym or can't spend time with your kids, well, it's actually because you're not being effective and efficient with your time at work. If we can teach you to be effective and efficient at work, well, you'll have a surplus of time in your regular life, in family life, in your personal life, in all of the other areas that are not work inclusive. So what we do is we review every single day for that particular week, and we do that for the next 4 weeks. We're always planning 4 weeks out. And so if you will do this, I think that you will identify the inefficiencies in your calendar, and slowly you will begin to see where you can make modifications and change. And as you make those changes, I know that you are going to see an absolute increase in your productivity. So we want you to learn how to compartmentalize time. We want you to leverage the compounding effect of time. And of course, we want you to become an absolute student of your calendar. By doing so, your productivity is going to go up. You're going to make even more money because you're going to be able to serve even more people. And you are going to see absolute success in your life and business. Speaking of that, we've prepared a video of some must-read books, some books that we feel that you absolutely must be tuned into once you are starting to find success in life and business. Hey, make sure you check out this next video right here that we've prepared for you. You're going to absolutely love what we have to say there.